through a very welcoming transition. So since I don't have a name tag, I'm just gonna tell everyone my name because we do have guests here. So my name is Franklin, and I'm the Vice President of Public Relations and Membership of the Downtown Gavel Club, and I'm pleased to provide a speech for you guys. So, wish me luck. Homework. Just one word. But to me, it wasn't just homework. It was the start of every panic, every late night, every time my hands shook as I tried to focus. Completion didn't matter. It was a thought of achievement and superiority among my peers. Perfection became an obsession rather than a goal, and nothing I did ever satisfied my expectations. When I finished middle school, I thought secondary school was going to be very welcoming. A fresh start, new friends, new opportunities, and new challenges. But the moment I stepped into my first secondary school classroom, the pressure hits me like a tidal wave, crashing over me before I even had a chance to catch a breath. Every assignment, every expectation, and every "you always do well," my OCD whispered that nothing would ever be enough. A mental warfare. I like to refer my OCD as a fuss budget, a slang term to refer to something or someone that complains a lot. But in reality, OCD is an abbreviation for obsessive compulsive disorder. It is often misunderstood as simply being organized. But for me, it was much more than that. It was intrusive thoughts I couldn't control, routines that I had to follow, and a constant voice telling me that if I made a mistake, even a tiny one, everything would fall apart. It keeps complaining, and I don't like it. Some days, it felt impossible to even start my homework, let alone finish it. I'll rewrite mathematical equations and erase the entire progress because this fuss budget would convince me that despite the correct answer, the way I wrote it, it just wasn't neat enough. It wasn't Franklin enough. It wasn't just schoolwork that the fuss budget affected. This also includes my social situations became more terrifying. Raising my hand, talking to my friends, and sharing my ideas became more stressful, and it led me to many deciding moments. Every interaction carried the fear of judgment or even making a mistake. The only place without stress was in this downtown Gavel Club. My safe haven, I like to refer to, where everyone is inclusive, welcoming, and most importantly, instills a sense of familiarity. Like a family. We are a family. All of this mental chaos didn't just affect how I felt. It started showing up in the most out of the blue possible. My grade reports. And this has always been a struggle for me because there's competition and there's also comparison. No matter how many hours I spent on homework or studying, the numbers on a grade report never passed my standards. Every grade below an A+ or extending in yours' curriculum felt like a personal failure. Even if my peers congratulated me on scoring the top of the class, I remember staring at those grades so intensely, chest tightening, thinking, if I can't ace this, what does this do to my future? How and why? But most importantly, how will it affect my probabilities of going to a top university? And this fuss budget, it magnified every mistake. This OCD is like a little bug, a little stick bug that it just murmurs in your brain like, we don't want that, right? I mean, I don't think you guys can listen to it, but I'm hearing it all the time. Worst of all, it was the competition and comparison that never seemed to end. Every time I see a classmate or friend scoring higher than me, a more polished assignment, and an effortless explanation in class, this fuss budget whispered louder. You're not good enough, and you'll never catch up. I've had those many experiences before. With my friend groups, Jackson and Jeremy. These guys are top achieving students. And in a world like this, sometimes it just makes me feel disappointed in myself because this fuss budget just keeps talking to me. It feels like it's controlling my brain. It's a brainwash. While admitting all these pressures and self-doubt, there was one cure that actually challenged my fuss budget. It is my mischievous friend group, or the Goofy Bunch. And here in this club, there is the JJJ. We got Jolly John with the camera over here. We got Jiggly Jackson and Jumping Jeremy. And we know for a fact that this guy wanted to be in the Olympics. So when I played badminton with him, he had the highest vertical that I've ever seen in my life. And also have a lot more back at school. We got like tons of people, and I don't want to talk about them because it's going to get out of hand. These people are loud, unpredictable, and completely themselves. And that's exactly what makes them the cure for my fuss budget. When I'm around them, I can't obsess over every detail or panic about perfection. There's too much chaos, too much laughter, and too much randomness for me to even think about any of those grades. 1 minute we're making terrible jokes, and the next we're challenging each other in Clash Royale. And somehow, in all that madness, my intrusive thoughts silenced. So homework will probably always carry a weight for me. A reminder of the panic, the pressure, and the fuss budget that try to control every part of my life. They taught me that with this friend group, they taught me that mistakes aren't failures, that laughter can sound dull, and that belonging isn't earned through perfection. The journey from middle school to secondary school wasn't easy, and my fuss budget didn't disappear overnight. But it's a reminder that it's who I am, who I'm becoming, and who I'm growing as a person, and also my welcoming friend group. Thank you.